experience. He's one of the better handlers that I know. He's very good at how he calls. I don't know if you want to give an example of your calling, or if you're too shy to do that.
Calling? Well, I usually just yell out their name.
Well, no, I mean like when they're walking.
Oh yeah. Like on the PS all the time.
Yeah, he helps us every month at the PS, the Prensing Skill Terror, for those of you not in the know. We walk to in and out every month in the fursuiters, and Day is one of our more experienced and well.
Yeah, we have to go down a lot of streets.
A lot of street ends,
and
inclines,
drive-through.
and there's construction, and there's plants. Water, and he just calls out, you know,
like down.
We're coming up to an incline,
curb, 3 steps.
Curve, 3 steps, this many to the left, right, plants.
There's a sign like right here.
Yeah, you got to be very watchful of what's around them, but at the same time, also Red over here, Red was attended a SoCal cosplay picnic with us, and he was Cyber's handler for the day, and he was very effective in staying at a good enough distance that he could see what she was doing, but not too close to inhibit any crowd interaction with everybody else. They kept her very open. Everybody was gracious to come up and do and interact with her as they pleased. But the other benefit was, you know, he was also at enough distance that if people wanted to take a picture with her, he could take the camera for them and assist them in that. So that's also a very important thing of handling. Be aware of the crowd around your suitor as well. Assist with photos if somebody wants to be in the photo with the suitor. Even offer if you think that that's what they look like they might want to be doing, because, you know, fursuiters get a lot of attention at these things. So we want to get everybody to have some fun. What else do we want to go over? Hugging, signals, hugging.
Hug from the front.
Yeah,
hug from the front. Don't hug from the back.
Yeah. But we're not doing like fursuit stuff. Well, this is for handling. Is that all in handling?
Kind of.
Kind of.
Make sure don't let people hug them from the back.
Oh, right. Okay, spotting. Spotting. You need to make sure that nobody sneaks up on your suitors. You don't want them to come up, especially, excuse me, if they try to come up and you see they want to pull on their tails, or they're trying to like pick at their heads, or if it looks like they're going to pounce them from behind. We had a very unfortunate mishap at Anthrocon when Volta Wolf had his brand new fursuit, was pounced from behind, and somebody ripped his ears off of his head. So obviously we don't want any of that to happen this week. You know, not everybody pays for their fursuits. Some people also do make them themselves, so think even if it doesn't have a lot of money invested in it, it has a lot of time, and that's going to take a lot more time to repair effectively, and it can really ruin somebody's con experience for the weekend. So make sure that you're always mindful of who's trying to sneak up on your suitor.
Because fursuits have terrible vision.
And the suitors are going to sneak up on you. Well, you are a predator. Huh? Void where prohibited? Shinies? What? Shiny? What are you doing to my easel? You're like destroying this thing here.
Oh, you didn't lift that Lego there.
It's okay. It's fursuit proof this way. That's okay. We actually don't really need this to be up here right now. Let's see. Hey, Amber. Okay, we'll just use this as your posing stand for right now, and then eat it up. Everybody's gonna take pictures of you anyways. They like him better. Because he's a ham. Wait, what? I just call it how it is. Hey, come on, with a body like that and those colors. Jesus. Who wouldn't? Aren't you supposed to be hiding? I know I don't have Brandon down here tonight. Brandon will be out and about after my other panel. So let's see, we've covered a few of those things. Any more suggestions? Food? Oh, no. Oh, we already covered water. Food. Eating. Fetching. Crowds, not feeding you. Oh, make sure nobody else has food near you. There we go. Yeah, make sure nobody else brings food near your fursuiters, because obviously, like our friend Cyber here, she's got a white face. And same thing for our pal Anji. Skittles here's got some white too. You know, some buddy's up there eating Cheetos and comes to pet the face on these guys, and you're gonna have an orange coyote, and she's supposed to be blue. What do you want? I got your toy. Here, open. Close. Okay. Make sure your fursuiters are well entertained. Yeah, be ready for the barrage of squeakies this weekend. Fursuiters, come in! welcome. Come on. I don't know, there's fursuits I've never seen, but they're cute. Hi. This is our handling panel. We're trying to educate people about handling for the weekend. Spotting and stuff like that. So if you guys want to take a seat, and feel free. We got some new faces this year. This is nice to see. We actually got a lot of new faces. I don't know. Anything good for us, Mr. Pup?
Fursuit Handling. Skittle.
Nothing? You think I'm doing okay? Okay. See, you can talk here. Trades business. What is this anyway?
I talk when I want to.
Do we have any other fursuiters in the crowd that would like to make a suggestion? Oh. You have a suggestion? No. Like in one spot? Okay, yeah, try to keep a 5-minute limit if your suitors are standing in the same place for too long, if they're, swamped by crowds, especially some of our more popular suits. And also be mindful of this, please, when you're visiting the fursuiters in the hallways. Try not to keep them in the same place for more than 5 minutes at a time. Especially, maybe Anji here would be a little okay because he's in a partial. He's not going to have to be worried as much, but if you got Cyber and Skittles here, they're coated in this fur, or our friend Drex the otter over there, these guys are going to get really hot if they're moving, and standing in the same place constantly. You can come up here if you want to. The otter's new to this, so it's okay. So we're going to see we're educating, so for your benefit. Let's move this over.
It's useless.
Hold it up.
I don't know how to move it.
Pop the metal.
You do it.
There you go, Bob.
Okay.
Yeah, just pop the metal. There you go. Push it. Yeah, there.
Perfect, Golly. Yeah, he is. Our wise Growlithe.
should be working.
You should be working.
Red's right now.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so try to keep a mindful rule about especially our full suit friends because they are going to get hot. You got one? Oh yes. Okay. That's very important.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. For handlers, and then for anybody that is suitors. Well, I'm going and no pictures. I know. Okay, this is especially important for fursuiters. The headless lounge is going to be around at the end of the horseshoe at the back side of our convention space this year. Fursuiters only allowed in there. If a fursuiter needs a handler for something like a costume,
That's only.
that's only if. There should be enough people inside to assist. If your fursuiter is the only person that goes in there and they cannot take their own costume off, then you can come in to assist them with that. But please don't go in there if you don't have to, or you should not be in there, period. It's for fursuits only, and there's absolutely no pictures. This is where we desuit, we go headless, we cool down, so it's not polite to take pictures of our suitors while they're desuiting or headless. So, again, that's our very last room in our con space at the very end of the convention space this year. And also, go in there too, well, at least let somebody know. Try to find a fursuit staffer like Anji here, or myself, or even Sin K-Line, or Pixari here. If you're interested in if you can make repairs to fursuits, we need people that can make just simple patch jobs like, oh, my tail fell off. Okay, well, we'll whip that, stitch that back in. If you have any experience with sewing, please donate your services to that. Absolutely no super glue on these guys, though. It will destroy their costumes. Hot glue for certain things. Well, facial things, noses, teeth. Hot glue you can use on that, on feet, paws, but no super glue whatsoever. So I think that's about it, unless anybody has some suggestions or anything else they'd like me to go over. Yes, sir.
No.
One thing I found, it's good for a handler. Maybe not, this situation may not be good. If you got a constant handler, put him in the suit for 20 minutes. Let him see where you can't see. Either that or give him 2 toilet paper rolls.
There we go. Give them an idea of where your peripherals are. That's another thing. Yeah, actually, that's a great thing too. Even just in general, make sure your handler knows what your peripheral vision is. As handlers, please make sure your suitors, you know where their sight limits are, and keep extra special attention to some of these areas because that's all they can see. You know, they're at the mercy of whoever gets them.
That and the large feet.
Desert, come on, Desert.
Yeah. That and the large feet.
And the large feet. That's why watching for obstacles are extremely important. Like, this is why Day does such a wonderful job because, okay, actually this is a great example. look at Desert's little feet here. His feet are kind of nice and manageable, but then you look at Skittles or Cyber here, and they've got very big foot paws. Cyber, I wouldn't, or sorry, Desert here, I wouldn't be as worried about him walking around and tripping over some of the normal things in the carpet, but you know, Skittles and Cyber are going to need a little extra attention to make sure that there's nothing in the way of them tripping over their own feet, essentially.
Or stepping on somebody else's feet, not realizing it. Also, yeah.
Oh, that's very important. Cyber, you gotta help me with hand signals. The only one I know is this. This is for all fursuiters and for all handlers. If you are a handler, teach your fursuit this sign if they do not know it yet. This is, I need help now. Come get me. You know, I'm in trouble. It's very simple, just cross the arms over the chest, and that should be universal. That's timeout, or I need a break. Okay, like simple T motions, obviously. You can create signals with your fursuiters. There's no exact guideline, but please make sure that you and your fursuiter are the ones that know these signals and know them well. Massacre! No, he won't. Go get him, Cyber. I'm gonna have all the suits in here. Yeah. I'm gonna have the popular panel. So
that and the tails.
And the squeaky tails?
No, just the tails in general.
Oh, yes.
I have been beamed I don't know how many times with forged tails.
Thank you for joining us, Mouse. You can take a seat or stand up at the front with everybody else. All right, we're just going over fursuit handling and stuff like that so people can give you a better time this weekend and stuff like that. Oh, yeah. Never pull on the tails. That's a big thing. That's going to be going over in the How to Treat a Fursuit panel, which is going to unfortunately be tomorrow, but I'll let you guys know. Make sure you watch people for pulling on tails. You know, these things are not that well attached. Well, I mean, they are, but they're, you know, if you yank on them, this is pretty easily damaged.
Yeah,
what, you want, what, this? This? Really? It's yours? No, it's mine now. So just keep, you know, we do have a couple specials this weekend that have a little squeaker in the tails. You know, it's okay if you can see, you can tell the difference between somebody coming up to squeeze or somebody that's trying to tug. And make sure that you're mindful of the difference so that, you know, nobody loses a tail this weekend, and then we'd have a case of Eeyore syndrome. So that's not so hot. Now I forgot what else I was just about to cover. I don't know. Oh, now I remember. Be mindful of what is on your suitor. Okay, look, Cyber's got a tail here. It doesn't stick out all that fantastically. It's pretty minimal. I don't have any huskies in here right now. But, okay, think husky tails. They're going to have, oh, we do have a husky. Could you stand up for just a moment and show us your tail? Okay, something like this. Handlers, be mindful of that tail. That tail could be a problem to some obstacles in an area. She could turn around wrong and knock over somebody's entire table display, somebody's food, drinks, especially mindful in the dealer's den. If it's getting crowded in there, in your fursuiter, be really mindful and careful about taking your fursuiter in the dealer's hall. It's not too recommended. We do have a bigger walkways this year though, I gotta give them that. But for the most part, you know, these guys got some stuff that when they turn around, that could be disastrous for some of these artists. And these guys, you know, are selling their wares for the weekend to try to make up expenses, and we don't want to ruin any of that. So thank you, Miss Husky.
She's an Akita.
Oh, and Akita, my apologies. So, does anybody else have any other further suggestions that they want me to cover? Yes, sir.
Question.
Yes.
New to the suit.
New to the suits.
Recommended things.
Recommended things. Well, let's see. That's also going to be in Fursuit Survival soon. Yeah. Don't be scared. In fact, if you're new in a suit, go find more suitors and maybe even pull them aside, especially in the headless lounge. Feel free to ask them for some tips. I'm going to try to have a Fursuit Survival panel that should be in about an hour. If anybody has a schedule, they can give me the exact time. Fursuit Survival tips I'll be running shortly, and we'll kind of cover some more of that stuff too. But if you're a new fursuiter and you're having troubles, please go to ConOps and get a name off of my list and try to find a handler that can assist you for the weekend if you're having too much trouble on your own. These guys are going to volunteer to help you guys get through your con. So, anybody else?
My number is around. So.
Doing okay? How are you doing in there?
I'm doing alright.
You look great.
Thank you.
Listen to her.
It's her fault.
Yeah, I know. She's amazing like that.
She totally is. Like, you know, people walking down the hall. Like, oh, it's one of Cyber's heads.